Chapter 61:59. Old Boy Who Spreads Wealth? When Peter heard about this, he laughed sarcastically and said to himself, "I am only middle-aged, so I don't seem to be worthy of the title of old boy." After that, he asked, pretending to be curious, "Mr. Wilson, I wonder how I got such a nickname?" Seeing that he was still in the dark, Jacob sneered and said, "Didn't you just accept a bronze Buddha from the Ming Dynasty?" Peter nodded. "I received one, but strictly speaking, it is not a Ming Dynasty bronze Buddha, but a Northern Song Dynasty bronze Buddha, plus a Ming Dynasty base." Jacob burst into laughter. "Northern Song Dynasty, ha ha ha, you are the one who made me laugh. Don't give up until you die." Peter said seriously, "Mr. Wilson, that bronze Buddha is indeed from the Northern Song Dynasty. If you don't believe it, why don't you come in and take a look?" "I won't take a look." Jacob curled his lips. Now it has been spread outside that someone made a fake Ming Dynasty bronze Buddha and wanted to make a big splash in the antique street. He went to the antique shop first, but Manager Chen saw that there was something wrong with the thing. So he didn't buy it, and then someone brought the thing to you. You bought it, right? Peter suddenly realized, thinking, "It seems that this matter against me is not just Jacob and Irvin, Manager Chen must also be involved." However, he smiled and said, "Everyone says that the bronze Buddha is fake. But I don't think it is fake at all. If you find the right buyer, you can still sell it for a high price." He said very seriously, "If the owner of this thing knew the true value of this thing, he would probably regret selling it at such a low price for the rest of his life. It's just a matter of buying and selling, and now it's too late for him to regret it." "Regret?" Jacob laughed for a long time and said sarcastically as if he had heard a big joke, "Oh, Manager Jew, I didn't expect this. I haven't seen you for a long time. But you are becoming more and more amateur. Look at you now. Do you look like those idiots on the treasure appraisal show who used dog shit as treasure? 100,000 experts have said that that is the most useless thing. It's only worth 1 yuan, and he thinks it's worth 100 million. He's totally crazy." Peter smiled and said, "Mr. Wilson, the antique business tests your eyesight. Some things may cost you 100,000, but others may think they're worth 100,000. The price may be 10 million. Those who are bullish are not necessarily wrong. Only those who are right are the real winners." "Oh, yes, yes." Jacob nodded repeatedly, pointing like a Parkinson's patient, and his body followed suit. He shook his head one by one, and said impatiently, "Since you have lost your mind, you are no longer in the professional circle. I can't talk to you. It's just like talking to each other. This way, great, don't you think that thing is from the Northern Song Dynasty? You can try selling one and see if there are any bad guys who want to buy it." Peter said with a smile, "To tell you the truth, Mr. Wilson, I was just looking for a buyer. If this thing is fast, it will probably be taken out in 1 night. And if it is slow, it will not take more than 3 days." Jacob's face was full of ridicule, and his tone was full of contempt. "Peter, you fight today. You're blind, even people are famous for carrying things. Now everyone in the market knows that the things you have are fakes. Even a fool can't buy this crap like yours. How do you expect to be able to sell it? Let me tell you, you can't sell it even for 50,000 yuan. After that, he looked at Peter's empty shop and said sarcastically, "I think you spent all the money to open the store, right? If you step on this trap, you will have a longer memory. From now on, be a low-key person. If someone beats you with a broken vase, you will be chased and beaten. You will be punished for doing those bad things." Peter knew that Jacob must have regretted that he had offended him in the first place. In fact, that was not his original intention. He just did it as a last resort to let Charlie get the 9 mysterious heavenly scriptures. So, he raised his hand to Jacob, and he said very candidly, "Mr. Wilson, you were offended by me in the past, but the circumstances at that time were special. I was also working for others, and he had to do many things. I would like to apologize to you here. After that, he took a step back, bowed slightly to Jacob, and said, I hope in the future, I may have to stay in Orris Hill for a long time to beg for food. I hope we can put aside the old grudges and become friends. Jacob said with a smile, it's okay to let go of the past grudges. But it's impossible to become friends. You are so unlucky, and I can't hold any grudge against you anymore. As he spoke, he changed the topic and said coldly, but you can't stay in Orris Hill if you want. After this incident, you probably won't be able to survive in this industry. If I were you, I would quickly leave Orris Hill with my tail between my legs. Or even leave this province and go to a place 1,000 kilometers away where no one knows me, start over, and maybe still have something to eat.